Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on Monday afternoon, man. For the talk some hoops. Got my guy Brad with me. Brad, we ain't done one of these in a while. What's happening, my man? How you
I
doing?
know, man. I'm glad to be back. We used to run these like I think it was like every Thursday or something. But it was always a good time talking hoops. And I mean, we were talking it before we came live. This slate is absolutely massive today. I was pretty deep in the college basketball slate, looking at all those games. And then I'm ready to talk some NBA though, because I mean, is every team playing tonight?
Everybody's in action tonight. All 30,
Yeah.
15 games. So,
Is there a reason why they did that? Or
so tomorrow's election day. So there's no games in the NBA tomorrow.
interesting. Okay, that makes sense.
And then Wednesday they're gonna come back with all 30 teams, 15 games.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so two days this week with 15 game slates. What's happening, everybody, man? I'm trying to give everybody a second to pop in. Money making Monday. Brad, man, the NBA kind of first 2 weeks ain't been too pretty for me. I just been on the wrong side of some bets, like
Yeah, no, I feel you.
you
It's
know
been
what I mean.
it's been a kind of a tough start for me as well. I feel like I'm doing like a lot of things that worked last year that aren't
Same,
aren't working this year.
same. I'm in the exact
You,
same boat.
yeah, you just got to find those trends, and things change each season. But I'm kind of having those troubles too, where I'm like, oh, this shit was 100% last year. I'm doing it again, and then it doesn't hit, and you're just like, oh man. So yeah, and any teams that have like really stood out for you that impressed you, or teams that really disappointed you so far?
I mean, the undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers at 7-0 and 7-0 with ATS, man. God damn.
Yeah. They
I
were a
mean,
regular season juggernaut last season. Like they were really solid, but they're looking different this year.
I know. We're gonna have to see. It's still early in the season. We're gonna have to see if they can keep this up. Who else has been surprising? What about you?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, the Thunder are undefeated as well. I thought, the Warriors were going to take a step down, but they've been, kind of playing their typical Warriors ball, just a winning culture. Some disappointing teams. I mean, the Pelicans have looked bad. Let's see. The Utah Jazz, garbage, terrible
Terrible,
organization. Uh,
terrible.
the Spurs have kind of impressed me, honestly. I didn't expect the Spurs to come in with too much this season. I thought they were a bit overvalued, but they've actually looked pretty decent so far. So yeah, and then of course, my Orlando Magic losing Paulo Banchero was extremely heartbreaking, man. Because I would text you like every highlight. I'd be like, "Yo, your three Paulo is different." And no, that injury really hurt, man. That injury hurt, and I think without him, the Magic are just kind of a below average team. Honestly, it sucks.
Yeah,
He was the glue guy, man. It hurts.
he was. He was the offensive juggernaut on your team. I feel like he was really the only guy on the team that I could consistently trust to get his own bucket.
Yep.
Everybody else, I'm not saying they can't get one, but on a consistent basis, I don't necessarily trust them to do so. And then like just his presence kind of eased everything else for everybody else. So a month
Yeah.
and a half, 6 weeks.
It hurts, man. Like
That's a long time, but the season, there's still a lot of basketball to play at that point. You still thinking playoffs for the Magic?
Yeah, I am. But I remember I asked you this. I was like, do you think the Magic go out the first round or make it to like the second round of the playoffs? And you were like, I don't think so, because just the top of the East are just full of juggernauts, honestly. And that's what sucks, because the way we were playing, we could have got one of those, like we could have been a 4 seed, maybe even like a 3 seed, and we would have had a much better chance at least advancing to the second round. But if we're like a 7 seed and we have to play this, or like an 8 seed, I don't have like faith that we'll make it to that second round, So
fair.
Losing Paulo for this amount of time, I actually think it is really, really bad for the future of the season.
That's fair. We'll see if you guys can hang around here without him. The first 2 games without him, y'all just played 2 really good teams. So I think when y'all start to play like middle of the pack bad teams, y'all will win some games without him. It's just when y'all go against some of the best teams in the league, y'all just won't have the offensive firepower to keep up.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and we got the Thunder tonight. That's a 20-point loss. We got this one tonight.
Probably. We'll talk about that one in a minute. Shout out to everybody in here, man. We're gonna run through all the games. Just let y'all know our thoughts on them. You already know my thoughts if you watched the jam session earlier. I'm trying to throw in some props in these games for y'all because that's what I promised y'all earlier. So, Brad, you say let's do it, fam.
Yep, let's get right into it. Let's see. You trying to just go from the top, Bucks, Cavs?
Let's do it. Bucks, Cavs. Cavs land 7.5 at home. How you feeling?
That's a team that's been disappointing. The Bucks. Oh my God, they're garbage as well. I was on the Bucks. What was it? Saturday they played the Cavs. Cavs were on the back end of a back-to-back. It was like Bucks -2. I took the Bucks. They blew that game. I'm going back to the Bucks though. I'm going to take them plus a 7. I don't love it because, like I said, I can't trust this Bucks team, and the Cavs are just a different level right now. But I think the Cavs may be getting a little complacent. You're 7-0. You just beat this team. I think the Bucks is like, I know it's early in the season, but if they continue to lose, I mean, what, they're 1-5 right now. You got to start panicking a little because this Bucks team, they had high hopes in the start of the season. So I'm going to take the Bucks here plus 7. I just think they have a little bit more to play for. They come out a little bit more motivated. I don't love it though. I don't love it, but I'm going to take the Bucks plus 7.
That's fair. Personally, I would lean towards Cleveland. Milwaukee's now on my do not bet list. I have 4 teams on the list already early in the season: Atlanta, Utah, New Orleans, and Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah, Milwaukee, man. I do think Cleveland is starting to become a little overrated and a little overvalued. Laying 7 is a big boy number, especially that game was tight the other night in Milwaukee, but in that same breath, it's 7 for a reason. So not a game I'm overly in love with, like you said, but I would lean towards Cleveland laying the points. Some props in this game. I saw somebody just ask me about Mobley points and rebounds. Let me see what he's listed at right now. 8.5 rebounds for the game, 15.5 points for the game. The other night against Milwaukee, he had 14 and 7. I would look for something similar to that tonight, maybe an uptick at home. I'm not in love with Mobley, honestly, because I think it's probably right where it should be. If I were forced to pick Mobley, I would say over on both, but not something I would rush the window to the bet. What I would do, I'm just going to stick with Donovan Mitchell, man, who's just been in that mode. He's the leader of this team. He's the guy that keeps them going. He had 30 a game ago. He's got his over-unders 26.5 today. I think he gets up and over it, especially at home. So that's what I like in this one. I'm going to take Donovan Mitchell and take his over. Y'all asking me, is Giannis and Lillard playing? They should be. They should be. Yeah, they're both playing. Giannis is game time decision, but Lillard is in. So, but I'm expecting Giannis to play. He better play.
If you're a Bucks fan, are you pressing the panic button or is it too early?
I would definitely be pressing the panic button. I would have been panicking last season, and then coming into the offseason, they didn't. I wouldn't have run it back like this. You know what I mean? But they kind of had the injury excuse. But I don't know. I'm not loving what I'm seeing from Milwaukee.
Me neither. It was like a couple seasons ago. They were just like they would cover, they would win games, and now it's just they're just untrustable.
Untrustable.
Yeah, I thought Dame would have been a nice addition to that team, but I don't know if it's really working out.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. I wouldn't be surprised if he asked for a trade by the deadline.
Maybe a good move, honestly, for both parties. They tried it out, didn't really work. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Let's keep it pushing. We had the Washington Wizards laying 10, or not laying. Whoa, Wizards getting 10.5 at home with the Warriors coming in. Last time I checked, Curry was game time decision. I still see game time decision. And I see Andrew Wiggins also game time decision. For me in this one, this is another game I'm not overly in love with. I know the Warriors have been hooping. Forced to pick this game, though, I would take the Wizards. I don't think the reason I would take the Wizards is what I said this morning. Bad teams aren't tanking yet. And I think that I kind of like what I'm seeing from the Wizards in some small sample sizes. And I think the Warriors are starting to become overrated, overvalued. This is not a game that made my premium. This is not a game I'm rushing to bet. The Warriors' ATS numbers a season ago on the road were great. But I don't know. I just think it's a case of just a couple too many points. Would I be surprised if Golden State aired them out? No, I wouldn't. But would I be surprised if this game was tight and Jordan Poole finally got a little revenge on his old team? I wouldn't be surprised there either. So I lean Washington. But I like Jordan Poole overs tonight. I think he goes in here tonight at home and has a really good game. So that's what I like in this one.
Yeah,
What about
Kuzma's
you?
out, right?
Yeah, Kuzma's out.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna need Jordan Poole. Yeah, I like the under here. I am kind of leaning the Warriors though. I feel like this Wizards team, they'll have success when they play teams that allow them to get in a shootout. Those are the type of games they're able to stay close in, but they struggle with teams who have good defense. We saw in that Heat game last time they played. The Heat blew them out. They didn't even put up 100. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a similar result to this one, especially with Kuzma out there, just lacking that other guy to score the ball too. So I really like the under here. That would be my play, but lean Warriors when it comes to a side.
Fair enough. They do have Curry props up there like he gonna play. His over under is currently 26.5 or 25.5. I don't know.
Has he been in that this season?
It's early. He hasn't really played, so and I just don't know if it's gonna throw the rhythm off that they've had here recently. What I will take in this game, I know some of y'all may not like this. Give me a Draymond Green 3.
Okay, fair enough.
Give me a Draymond Green over 3s. Let me pull this back up. He been fake shooting them. So if he's gonna take them, and we only need him to make one, I think it's a decent bet. Not a great bet, but a decent bet. He was 1 for 3 from the field last game against the Rockets. He shot 3 of them. So we just need him to make one. Y'all know me when I look at
He'll get his attempts. He'll get a couple attempts in there. So he just needs to drain one.
Just need one, man. We just need one, Draymond. And he's been getting the attempts. So give me a Draymond over 3.
I like it. I'm not mad at it.
Yes, sir. Anything else for you here?
Nope.
Let's keep it rolling then. We head to Detroit where the Pistons are getting 7.5 with the Lake Show. How you feeling?
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen from the Lakers this season. The last couple of seasons they kind of struggled coming out the gate, but I really like the JJ Redick addition. I think he's much better than him as a coach, and it's kind of been proven already. So I like this Lakers team, but I'm still not ready to lay 7.5 with them on the road. These LA boys coming into Detroit, this seems like a game that just come in sleepy. Like, all right, let's just get this one over with. So I don't know. We've seen the Pistons keep it close to get some good teams this season. So I think they're able to do it again in this spot. Like I said, I liked how the Lakers have looked, but 7.5 on the road, I'm still not there. Still not there yet with them to lay that many points.
Word for word, bar for bar, Brad. I same thing. Exactly everything you said. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Lakers. I love the addition of Coach JJ Redick. He's more of an X's and O guy, while I feel like Darvin Ham was more of an energy style coach. Yep. And the Lakers needed an X's and O's guy. But it's still, like you said, a very sleepy spot on a Monday with a day off tomorrow. On the road. Wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons did enough to keep this game competitive, man. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Something I've been looking at, I've been targeting Tim Hardaway Jr. props. The reason I've been looking at his props is because he's getting a lot of minutes played. And he's really like a 3 or bust style player. Like if he ain't shooting threes, then there's really no real reason for him to be on the floor.
Yeah.
So they got him 2.5 tonight. Let me see. What did he do last game? Last game, he made 3, got up 6 of them. And I think that's basically what he's going to do on the nightly. He's going to shoot 6, 7, or 8 threes a game if he gets the minutes. And tonight we need him to make 3. Against the Lakers, this is a style game. He, shows up. So I like Tim Hardaway Jr. over 2.5 threes. Throw me a couple questions, fellas, about this Laker game, because I know y'all love y'all Lakers props. Yeah, I don't really love nothing LeBron tonight. I don't really love nothing AD tonight, because I wouldn't be surprised if they got out fourth quarter. Like, you know what I mean? So It's like, I don't know. It's like a game I'm not totally in love with. You think K go off tonight?
I mean, probably. Well, what's his point line? Do you have that up?
It's high. It's 24 tonight. In the last 3 games, he had 22, 22, and 19.
Oh. I mean, they think he's going to go off if they're putting the line at that high. Right. So I would lean that. They're probably begging people to take the under, but they know something. Cade might go off tonight.
Cade might go off tonight.
You missed him?
You said what?
You miss Hardaway on your team?
I don't.
You
I
know,
don't.
no.
I don't.
He would go off
I
sometimes.
do, but I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the reason being is because when he's off, he's one of the worst players in the league. When he's on, though, it's like, oh my God, I love Tim Hardaway.
Exactly,
So,
yeah.
and there's no in between. That's the problem. There's no in between. He's either the best player on the floor or the worst.
Yeah, I don't like having players like that. It's cool,
Right.
but in the long run, nah. Consistency all day.
Bronny James over 1.5 threes.
The
I mean,
heck?
1.5
I was about to
points.
say.
Not threes, not threes. 1.5 points.
I mean, hey, if he gets in, that's the thing. Because if I feel like a lot of the games he doesn't play, and then it just counts as a DNP, right? And it pushes. Yeah, I'll probably go under though.
Fair.
Yeah, go under. Shout out Bronny though.
Shout out Bronny, man.
Shout out, he's doing his thing. Shout out LeBron. Shout out Bronny. It's pretty badass to see that shit, man. Like,
nah, thanks.
I'm not a hater. Like, I don't think he probably should be in the league, but like, it's cool to see.
Fair.
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling. We head to Atlanta, where the Hawks are getting 10.5 with the Celtics coming in. Everybody knows the Celtics are I think, the best team in the league still. The Hawks are the number one team on my do not bet list. Hawks on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. They did get a win yesterday, but it was against, the G League team for the Hawks. I mean, for the Pelicans, essentially. Nobody played. I think the Celtics coming here put belt to ass. It's a double revenge spot for the Celtics as well. They lost the last two meetings last season to Atlanta, oddly enough. They had won 7 prior to that in a row. So I think that was probably a little anomaly. I'm going to take Boston here. It's a favorable spot for them, and I do think they are head and shoulders the better team. What do you think?
Yep. Yeah. Boston minus the points all day. Boston team total over like that as well. Not having Brown hurts, but I can't trust this Hawks team, especially on the back of a back-to-back. The Hawks couldn't cover a spread last season, and they're coming into this one 1-6 ATS this season. I don't know what Vegas is thinking, but they got to make some adjustments on this Hawks team because
Vegas, please don't make no adjustments.
Yeah,
please.
yeah. I hope they're not watching. But if you faded the Hawks every game this season and every game last season, you're balling. So
please don't make no adjustments. We want to keep fading the Hawks. Please.
Yeah. They're bad. I mean, I really don't understand it. Like when it comes to a lineup perspective, the Hawks should be decent. They have some good players, and they'll win games, but they're definitely not covering these spreads that the Vegas sets for them. So yeah, I think it's a blowout from the Celtics here.
I do too. Let's look at a couple props here. Jaylen Brown is out for this game, so y'all know where I'm going, man. I gotta go to Tatum. But Tatum, he been treating us well this year, man. Tatum has been treating us well this season on the props. His line today, 30.5. Does he get the minutes? The last 3 games he played 43, 35, and 33. In those 3 games, he scored 37, 32, and 29. I'm a little nervous that the Celtics might be up so big in the fourth quarter that he doesn't play. I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still think he's going to go out here and get his. Like, he's still kind of on that. I'm going to show y'all that I'm one of the best players in the league. Y'all doubted me in the summer, He's still kind of on that. And until I see a legitimate sign of him slowing down, I kind of just want to keep betting it. So, and they keep trying to slowly tick it up. 30.5 is a lot, but I like Tatum over 30.5 today. And I also like betting just straight up threes for the Celtics. And all honesty, this is how I feel. You will really probably be fine betting anybody over on the Celtics tonight. And the only reason you will not be fine is if they sit late fourth quarter. But when you look at the Hawks games, here's the scores in the Hawks games last few games. 126, 111, 123, 115, 133, 120, 121, 119, 128, 104. The Hawks don't play a lick of fucking defense. So everybody for Boston finna get theirs tonight. It's just a matter of, do they play the amount of minutes? Do they air them out through 3 quarters and play the fourth quarter? It's the only thing I think we have to worry about. So I pretty much like everybody overs. I'll probably take everybody over threes like Derek White. I know Sam Hauser's hurt, but maybe Peyton Pritchard overs too, coming off the bench. It's one of those style games, I think.
Yeah, I think with this one, with Jaylen Brown being out, there's no reason to get cute with it. You just Tatum points. He's dropping 30 tonight. Celtics team total is 121.5. Like they're going to hit that as well.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah. I like that one a lot. So I think you're spot on there. Celtics everything tonight.
Let's keep pushing. We had the Brooklyn, where the Nets are 4.5-point home dogs with the Grizzlies rolling in. Ja Wick, he's back. We haven't talked about Ja Wick since last season, man. How you feeling here?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the over in this one. I like the points here. The over's been profitable for both these squads this season. Other than the last game, I think the Nets played. I think it was like the Pistons or something, but they had an awful game. But other than that, they've been putting up points. Where they lack is their defense, and I do lead the Grizzlies here. I just don't like 5. I don't like -5s for some reason. That's just a number that's killed me in the past. When I see a 5, I typically like to stay away from it. But I think this is an over game here.
I didn't look at the total this morning, but hearing you talk, I kind of like the over with you. I like the over with you. And this morning on the jam session, I took the Nets plus the points.
Okay.
Grizzlies are the better basketball team. Grizzlies probably win this basketball game, but Nets are just a weird team. Like the Nets, I just already know they're not going to fit no situation, no spot. They're just going to be that one weird anomaly team. Yep. And saying that, it's like, I know they lost significantly yesterday to the Pistons. They're the team that just going to mess around and turn around and beat the Grizzlies outright. Like,
yeah,
that's the Nets, man. They're a weird team. So, I just want to grab the points here with Brooklyn. It's we've already seen Brooklyn beat Memphis once this season. They beat them 119-106 earlier in the season. Was it first or second game? I forgot. But it wasn't Memphis, so we know that they can compete with the Grizzlies. I just want to grab the points with the home team coming off a bad loss. I know it's a back end of a back-to-back, but this is a younger team, so I'm not really too much worried about it, especially early in the season. I lean Nets. And I'm also taking Cam Thomas over his points totals. I got to keep playing Cam Thomas, man.
He's going to get the shots up. You know that.
He's going to get the shots up. You hit the nail right on the head. And that's what I like. When I'm betting over on points, the main thing I'm looking at is, do they get the shots up? And we know Cam Thomas as a shot chunker. So he's going to get them up. It's just a matter of, does he hit them? Volume shooter, I think, will be fine there. The Grizzlies backcourt right now really doesn't scare me a little bit, with Bane kind of back in the lineup. I don't know if he's going to play significant minutes because he's been hurt, but I think Cam Thomas has a good night. I think he gets over his points total.
I like it. Yeah, I mean the Nets, like they're weird, but they have been covering this year. I mean 4-1 ATS as a dog. They're a scrappy bunch. They may be a team like when in the middle of the season we look back and be like, damn, the Nets are kind of a moneymaker. So I'm still not on that train yet, but I'm keeping my eye on the Nets. And I think if they keep covering these spreads and Vegas doesn't adjust, it may be a team we look at throughout the season.
Yes, sir. I agree. We head to Miami, where the Heat are now dogs at home. This line been moving all day. Yeah. Sacramento right now is 1.5-point road favorites.
This is a tough one.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Kings. Am I overly in love with it now with them as the favorite on the road? Not really. When we were getting plus money with them this morning, it was more appetizing. When I think of these two teams, just in a vacuum, man for man, player for player, roster for roster, I do think the Kings are the slightly better team. So that's why I would lean towards them in this game, but tough one. What you think?
Yeah, I think this one, if you want to bet this game, just like flip a coin and see what happens. I know you don't like betting totals much, but I do like the under in this one. Any Heat game in the 220s, I like to lean the under. I don't think any Heat game should be that high. I know it's
making a lot of sense. I don't really look at totals a lot. It's not that I just don't look at them because I hate the way they make me watch the game. But
yes, especially basketball. That shit will have you.
Yes, but the reason why I love having people and doing the afternoon show is I love just hearing other people talk. And sometimes they can talk me on shit. And the way you just hit the nail right on the head. I think 220. Now that I do look at it, that does look like a lot of points in a Heat game.
Yeah, it's a lot of points for the Heat. You know, they like to slow things down. They like to, play good defense. I understand the Kings typically play with pace, but with a line like this, it's going to be I think just a tight, close, kind of an ugly game here. You know, the Kings are traveling all the way from Sacramento to Miami cross country. Yeah, I just think this is going to be more of an ugly game. So give me the under. When it comes to both these teams, though, these teams are kind of have a tough read on as well, especially when it comes to covering the spread. Like the Kings I want to be on them, but they haven't been able to cover too well yet this season. I still think they're trying to figure things out a little bit with their new roster they have. So these are teams that I typically stay away when it comes to betting spreads, but we'll see as the season goes on.
Fair. And I think you're right. Here's the 3 wins for both teams. For the Kings, it's the Blazers, the Jazz, and the Hawks. There's nothing really there to hang your hat on.
Yeah.
And then for the Heat, it's the Wizards, the Pistons, and the Hornets. Nothing there either to hang your hat on. So it's like, not a whole lot of meat on the bone in this one. A couple props I like, though. I kind of lean towards Sabonis over his PRA, points, rebounds, and assists. I think he's going to give Bam Adebayo a run for his money. He's kind of a bigger guy. A lot of teams don't really kind of play out of the post like the Kings like to do sometimes. So I just think it's a different and a weird style matchup for an Eastern Conference Heat team that they don't see on the regular against like a back to the basket style Kings team. Just trying to target some matchups, if you will. I think Sabonis has a nice game. I'm going to look at his PRA.
Not mad at it. Can't go wrong with Sabonis. That man knows how to fill up a stat sheet.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Let's keep it rolling, Brad. We head to Chicago, where you're Chicago. Boo! They're laying 8.5 on the Utah Jazz.
Your boys.
I had the Jazz on the do not bet list.
Yeah.
This morning when I was recording, I meant to, I guess I recorded it, but when I was editing, I forgot to actually put this game in there. So everybody in my comments says, you forgot to cover the Jazz in the Bulls.
So they haven't heard your pick yet?
It's like, if y'all, come on, man. Y'all know what we doing. We on the Bulls here. The Jazz are on the do not bet list. Short, sweet, simple. We're fading their ass. We're not even overcomplicated. It is a big number. It's a big number.
Big number for the Bulls.
It's a big number for the Bulls, but I think it's warranted with how bad the Jazz have looked. And it looks like Lauri Markkanen is still out. He's game time decision, but I'm telling you right now, he ain't playing. He's not playing.
He's not playing. No.
He's not playing. So, the injury report for the Bulls is kind of concerning too. I see Levine GTD, Williams GTD, Josh Giddey GTD, Jalen Smith GTD. This isn't a premium style bet. 8.5 is a lot for me with the Bulls, but I think they beat up on the Jazz. They should, at least, based on it. Just trusting my eyes and what I've seen from both teams this season. Bulls 8.5 is where I lean. What you feeling?
Yeah, it sucks because the Jazz were kind of a cover team last year. I like taking the Jazz.
One of my favorites. I love betting the Jazz.
That's one of those things that, I was like, all right, this season, I'm going to be looking at the Jazz, and it just hasn't played out. I'm taking them here, though. I'm taking them here plus the 8. Okay. It's so the Bulls, they're very up and down, very inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get from them. So I just can't lay 8, now 8.5 with a team that's so inconsistent. Lauri being out does really hurt the Jazz, but I don't know, man. I'm not fully done with the Jazz. I should be, but give me one more game with them, man. I'm definitely not going to bet this game. I'm going to be 100% real with you guys, but if I were to pick this game, I'll take the 8 here.
Fair enough. Hey, man, shout out to all 700 of y'all live right now. We appreciate y'all, man. Smash that like button for us. Share it with a friend. We just talking some hoops, man, and late in the afternoon. Props in that one. I'm going to be 1,000. I ain't really looking at nothing in that game. Yeah, y'all going to be mad at me if I just tell you I ain't looking at nothing in that game. It's a bad game, y'all.
It's a bad game.
It's a bad game. And then with the injuries still looming, I don't really have nothing. A great game I'm excited to watch tonight, though, for sure, is them Rockets and them Knicks. I think we're going to learn a lot about both of these two teams today. Currently, I see Knicks landing 1.5 on the road.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who you have in this one. This one was kind of tough for me.
I got the Rockets.
Okay.
I went on a rant this morning. And with the line starting to come down, I think people are kind of agreeing with me. Honestly, in a vacuum, I think these two teams are dead even. I don't think there's any edge either way. I just think the reason people think the Knicks are better is because they're in the weaker conference, the East. I wholeheartedly believe if the Rockets were in the Eastern Conference like the Knicks were, that they would be talked about just as, you know what I mean, in that same breath. Like from a talent perspective, can go deep. That's just what I believe. I love what I saw from the Rockets a season ago to end the season. Rockets at home last year was one of my favorite things to bet. I know we were talking about earlier, we got to kind of give up on some of those stats from last season,
It's
but
hard to, though.
it's hard, especially for Houston.
Yeah.
Last season, they were 27-13-1 ATS at home. That's covering at a 68% clip. Like, I love Houston in Houston, and I think the Knicks are a little overrated and a little overvalued. I think the Rockets match up really well with the Knicks, and coming off a bad loss for Houston where they got aired out in the first half, they did walk them all the way down and then proceed to put up 2 points in overtime. But
that's brutal.
I think I gotta be on the Rockets in this one. Houston, we have a problem. What you thinking?
Yeah, I'm leaning Houston here as well. I'm leaning Houston. I just think this is going to be a really close game that comes down to the end, and I'd rather have a home team with a couple points in the back of my pocket as well. So I like everything you said there. I'm on Houston too, and I also do like this under here. You know, we saw these teams play twice last season. Both games went under, and we've actually seen both these teams have a couple high scoring games throughout this season so far. But I just think things come down to baseline here. Knicks and Rockets. You know, looking back at last season, they were a team that played defense and they like to slow the pace down. So, like I said, I think this is a hard fought kind of a grind of a game for both teams. And I think we see it under here, but I think it's going to be a close one. And I think the Rockets pull it out.
I could see this being a lower scoring defensive style game as well. The one player I want to target over, though, is Sengun. I think he can get Karl-Anthony Towns in some early foul trouble. That's Karl-Anthony Towns' defensive problem. He gets in foul trouble early. And Sengun is a guy that like to play down on that block, man. You know, he kind of That's what I like some of them West bigs, man. Them West bigs still be playing big. I like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to cause some problems for guys like Cat. So give me Sengun over. I think the game plan tonight, at least they try to play through him a bit. The thing with Rockets props, as I say all the time, is they have so many guys that it's just on a night-to-night basis, you just don't know which one's going to do what.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I like Sengun tonight.
Do you like I mean, it's such a small sample size, but do you like Cat to the Knicks so far? You think it was a good trade?
The book's still out for me.
Yeah, book's still out. I feel you. It's tough to say.
I mean, for the Knicks, I get it. It wasn't. I mean, Julius Randle wasn't a great fit for them, and I think Cat is a better overall fit for them. But I don't think personally it moved the needle as much as everybody else think it may have. Like a lot of people right now believe that the Knicks are now clearing away the second best team in the East.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think they lack depth. I think in the playoffs they'll get exposed at some point.
Same. So
like against a team like the Cavs or one of those squads, I think they'll get exposed.
You know what I mean? A healthy Magic might even give them a run for their money.
Right. Year 3 Paulo.
You know what I mean?
Match us up with the Knicks. I'm down for it. Yeah, I feel like both Timberwolves and the Knicks, I feel like both those trades just didn't move the needle. Like you said.
Didn't move the needle for either of them. It was kind of like a lateral move for both. And then for the Knicks, like I said, I kind of understand it a little bit, but like for the Timberwolves, I don't know. I didn't really like it at all from Minnesota. For the Knicks, I kind of understood it.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Yes, we should.
Neither of those teams are winning it all, though. That's for sure.
Neither. I don't think either are. We got the Hornets taking on the T-Wolves. This game interest you?
I mean, not too much. I'm on the Hornets though. I'm gonna take the Hornets plus the 9.5. You know, they're coming off that brutal stretch. They played back-to-back games against the Celtics. And on the other hand, the Timberwolves are coming off a 10-point loss to the Spurs. So both teams are kind of coming in Looking for a win here, but I'm not ready to put money on the T-Wolves. They're 1-5 ATS this season. Just haven't been respecting bettors' money. And I mean, LaMelo Ball's been going crazy. He's super fun to watch. And yeah, I think LaMelo will do enough. The rest of the team kind of lacks, but I think he does enough to keep this one close. Like I said, Timberwolves lane 9.5 being 1-5 ATS. Can't do that. I can't bet the Timberwolves to get a double-digit win tonight.
I'm not betting this game. I hate betting Minnesota as sizable favorites. Everybody knows I've given them the nickname the House of Disappointment. I like the Hornets. I bet the Hornets a couple times this season. The Hornets, I'm going to let into my stable of trusting in bad teams because I do think they improved and we will be able to bet them. But to be honest, guys, tonight, I don't think it's the night for the Hornets. That doesn't mean I'm rushing to bet Minnesota, but if I were forced to pick this game, like back up against the wall, Jay, you got to make a play, I would lay it with Minnesota, which is crazy because I hate Minnesota. I hate laying extended numbers with Minnesota. But one thing about Minnesota is when they lose, they love to come back and play well in that next game. A season ago, I keep referring to last season because we're still so early in this season. But a season ago, awful loss straight up. Minnesota was, let me pull it up. They were 24-8 straight up off a loss last season. Okay. ATS, it was closer to 50-50, but they were still profitable following a loss. From a talent perspective, I still think that there's still a pretty significant gap between the Timberwolves and the Hornets. Not rushing to bet this game, so I'm not going to keep talking about it, but I would lean T-Wolves.
You make good points. Honestly, I may switch my pick. Honestly, that was a nice sell there.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's still I still can't trust the T-Wolves, but it's a good point. They are good after a loss, so it could be one of those smash spots.
It could be.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hornets won out, Ryan. You're just like,
damn. I wouldn't either. They are the House of Disappointment for a reason.
Yeah. I'm not betting that one either, but we'll see.
Yep. You betting your Magic today? You trust them at 12.5 point dogs?
Nah, this is gonna be bad. I'm telling you, like I'm off the Magic until P5 comes back, bro. Like I think he is, that big for the team, and it's sad to say. Maybe I'm just pessimistic, and it sucks because I know this is off topic, but I'm a Bucks fan. We lost Chris Godwin and Mike Evans the week before. I thought the Bucks were taking off too, so it was just 2 weeks of just pain. But yeah, Magic are getting smoked tonight. I'm just going to keep it real. It's as simple as that. Thunder winning by 20 plus tonight.
Yeah, I don't have a reason to fade Oklahoma City. They're a cover machine. We love the Thunder. Both of these teams, first, Magic and Thunder, are two of my favorite money-making teams. Like last season, we made a ton of money on both. Like I love both of these teams. But I'm kind of with Brad. No P5, no Magic, man. It's at least not for me, at least not against good teams. When they play mediocre, bad teams, I think we'll still be able to bet them. But like tonight, going up against a Thunder team who has covered every game this season except for one, the one game they didn't cover. They were ranked 12.5 like they are tonight against the Spurs. They won that game by 12, believe it or not.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, but I like the Thunder here. I don't really want to fade them. Would I be shocked if the Magic snuck in the back door? I wouldn't be shocked. They are a cover machine. Sometimes they just do it off grit. But they're going up against another team that does it as well at about the same clip, the Thunder, who beat up on bad teams all the time. So it's just I got to take the Thunder in this one.
Yeah. They're I mean, it's hard not to take them. If you let's say Thunder Celtics played a 7-game series right now, well, what's that series in?
4-1 Boston.
Damn, for real? You're not even gonna give them 2?
Even if they play my Mavs, 4-2 Boston.
Damn. True.
Yeah.
Especially since they got one now, like they know how it feels.
Yeah, man.
That's dangerous.
It's dangerous, bro. I hate it. I want to say somebody better than them. I don't want to see the Celtics win it again. But
yeah, I'll be pissed if like the Celtics are a dynasty and it's just like 4 years or 5 years of this.
I haven't really said this on the airwaves, but I've been telling all my friends this. I've been telling everybody deep down, I believe we got a Cavs Warriors situation going on.
Really? And who's the Cavs in this situation, or the Warriors?
My Mavs. I think my
I don't
Mavs.
know about that.
I think my Mavs are the Cavs, and I think the Celtics are the Warriors. I think we're gonna get Mavs, Boston Celtics in the finals the next 3-4 years. I really believe it. I really believe it. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
And
I just think that
Luka
West
may pull one or two, maybe one out, maybe one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just the Mavs are going to have to go through that Thunder team. They'll have to go through a LeBron series. They'll probably have to go through a Jokic series, or at least like in that combination at some point. And that's tough to do multiple years in a row. But
you're right.
I know you're ride or die with your teams. I know you took the Cowboys gear off though.
Man, you see where I'm at right now, man.
you're done with them,
bro. My quarterback was on the sideline and got caught by the camera yesterday saying we fucking suck. Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
The quarterback should not be saying that.
The quarterback should not be saying that, bro. We fucking suck on the sideline. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious?
It feels like Dalvin Cook saying that shit. It's like, okay, but like quarterback, the leader, it's bad.
Terrible, man. And now they say he's going to be out for multiple weeks. So it's the Cooper Rush show. CD Lamb's out, man.
Is CD Lamb out?
Huh?
It's like CD Lamb out. Like he's going to miss some time. Do we know yet?
Probably. It hasn't become official. The Dak news is official, but CD I don't think is. But now my Cowboys are in the same boat basically as your Bucks, man.
It sucks, man. It sucks.
Sucks, man.
Yeah. The Bucks have a win against the Lions in Detroit. Like we were looking nice.
Now, y'all had hope. I've been told everybody. I said Bucks winning this division. Yeah. I don't even see how y'all see it no other way. Like
it hurts. It hurts,
man. You got to play on the game tonight.
Yeah, I'm on the Bucks +9. I also like the under, but a little half unit play. You know, nothing I'm dying on the hill on them. I'm honestly like locked into college basketball. I got 5 CBB plays today. Okay. Just throwing them up. No sample size or anything. I just felt it. Boom, I'm ready.
So. Hey, it was how many games was there today? Like 100 or something. So
there's 100 something. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could definitely find you some spots. I didn't have any today. I wanted to kind of see it first before, but hey, I believe you could find you some spots today for sure in the tag. Yeah. Hop on with Brad, man. Hop on with Brad, Pick Dogs Premium, man. And cash out, man. He covers it all. So hop on with Brad.
Yes, sir.
Pelicans, Trailblazers.
Interesting game here. I feel like these teams play like this is the third time they've played this season. I don't know why they're playing each other so much, but in the both games have been pretty interesting. I actually thought the Trailblazers have looked better all around in those first 2 games, but I'm going to take the Pelicans in this spot. I mean, just when it comes to a roster perspective, I just think they're so much better. 2.5, those. I don't understand why the spread's that short.
Because nobody's playing for the Pelicans.
It's like Zion and all of them like they're out.
Zion's game time decision. Herbert Jones out. McCollum out. DeJounte Murray out. Jordan Hawkins game time decision. Herbert Jones out. Their whole starting 5 basically is hurt.
BI's playing though?
BI's playing.
Okay. I'm still taking the Pelicans at home, man. I can't trust this Blazers team on the road. That's where I sit with this one. Tough game though.
Tough game. I think the line tells me everything I need to know. I'm taking the Blazers.
Money line?
Money line.
Why are the Pelicans on your do not bet list? They screwed you over a couple of times already?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. They fucking the thing about the Pelicans is like they're that team. The Pelicans are that team who everybody every year, watch out for the Pelicans. The Pelicans are going to do something this year. Ooh, watch out for the Pelicans. And then right when you get ready to trust them, right when it looks like, all right, Pelicans, here's a game where y'all can show the world you can do something. Here's a momentum building game. They always fall flat in their face. So that first game against the Warriors on the road, I said, if y'all lose this game, I'll put you on the do not bet list. And they end up losing to the Warriors back to back. Yesterday, I said, all right, the Warriors is hooping. Hindsight is 2020. Maybe the Warriors are just better than I gave them credit for. I'll take y'all off the do not bet list if y'all beat the Hawks.
Yeah, that's brutal, honestly.
Then they gonna get fucked up at home by the Hawks, man. Zion sits out of nowhere. Every time I want to give them the chance and opportunity, they never do it. So that's why they're on the do not bet list.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It's been a disappointing season for the Pelicans because they were a solid squad last season. So I expect them to come out a bit better. I think when they're at full strength, I think they're going to be a decent team and they can win night in, night out. But it's hard to trust them at this point.
Hard to trust them. We got the Mavs and the Pacers. Mavs laying 5.5. I lean Pacers in this game. The Pacers just kind of have the number of my Mavs. My Mavs on the back end of a back-to-back. We played the Magic yesterday at home. Last season, the Pacers blew us out in both games. 137-120, 133-111. They just kind of have our number. Mavs as a home favorite, not really our spot. As a road favorite is where we put up a ton of money last season, made a ton of money. I don't know. I'm just playing the spot. Give me the Pacers plus the points. What you thinking?
Yeah, this was a tough game for me too. I mean, I haven't liked how the Pacers have looked this season. You know, they had a nice little run last year. They were one of the better teams. They were covering and winning, but I feel like teams are starting to figure them out, and they continue to just struggle on defense. So they haven't looked great this season. So I'm a little reluctant to take the Pacers. I'm kind of leaning the Mavs, but like I said earlier, I don't love laying 5 with the team. Or you said it's 4.5 now? Or 5?
I see 5.5.
5.5. Yeah, I don't love this play, but I do lean the Mavs. I'm just not too high on the Pacers this season.
Fair. I worry about my Mavs against offensive teams because when you look at our starting lineup, ain't a whole lot of defense. So
this could be a good over spot too, honestly.
Yeah, I would think so too. 236 is kind of high, but but it's high for a reason.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these teams hits like the 130s tonight.
Right. Nuggets, Raptors. Nuggets laying 10.5 at home. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Nuggets here. I will say the Raptors do, for some reason, play this Nuggets team close. We just saw last week the Nuggets won by only 2 in overtime. They're kind of lucky to get that win. But for some reason, this one gives me a blowout vibe. You know, this Nuggets team, they haven't looked great this season. They definitely have took a step back. But the Nuggets at home have just been a moneymaker the last couple seasons. And I don't know. I can see this one being close in the first half, and then by the end of the game, it's like the Nuggets are up big and are able to pull away. So this just gives me a blowout spot vibe. So I'll lean the Nuggets minus the 9.5.
Word for word, bar for bar. I think the same thing. Nuggets opened up their season with 2 losses, which is crazy. Y'all know my saying: the Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. They looked like the Nuggets again. Their last game they played, beating up on the Jazz. I know the Raptors have been a solid little cover team here in this season. They've been competitive, but I think, like you said, man, late fourth quarter in this one, Nuggets kind of just extend this lead, win the game by double digits. I'm gonna lay it.
Yeah, I actually think it's a pretty good spot.
Me too.
I feel like the Nuggets are, though. It hasn't been too pretty this season. I think losing KCP hurt. I don't know. It doesn't seem like the same Nuggets team.
Losing KCP hurt. I think Jamal Murray has taken a slight step back. He's not nearly as explosive as he used to be.
Yeah, those knee injuries are probably catching up, honestly.
Yeah.
He's a dog in the playoffs. He'll perform in the playoffs, but
yep.
He's just in the regular season. I would say he's just a good player, you know.
Yep.
Like just good.
Kind of crazy, but that's kind of crazy. He does turn up in the playoffs. I got to give him credit. Yeah. He does go crazy when the playoffs start. But
he turns into a superstar in the playoffs. But I don't know. Which I mean, it's good. I mean, you want guys to perform during those times, so I don't think it's a bad thing. But it is interesting because there is definitely a step off of not talent, but I don't know, just not the same player.
Fair. Suns land 7.5 on the Sixers. You trust Phoenix?
I mean, I typically don't. I mean, so this Suns team, they've been winning games this season, but they haven't been covering. But the Sixers are just god-awful. The Sixers without Embiid, this team is just terrible. I've actually watched a couple of Sixers games this season. It hurts your eyes. It is not good. So I don't love taking the Suns laying this many points, but the way the Sixers have looked, they're going to have to show me something before I take them. And I do lean the Suns minus the points here.
Aiden over 10.5 rebounds and Blazers money line. Okay,
Trent. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at you either, Trent. I'm not mad at it. I'm with you on that Blazers money line. Let me look at Let me look at aiding rebounds right quick before I talk about this other one. Let me see.
Who will Aiden be matched up in this one with all those injuries? I'm trying to see.
He had 13 rebounds last game against the Suns. He's averaging right now 11 and a half, which is 9th currently in the league.
Could be a play.
Could be a play. The thing is, so he had one stinker game, and that was against the Thunder, where he had 5 rebounds. But outside of that, this season, he's gone 11, 15, 12, 11, 12.
Yeah.
I like it.
I kind of like the rebounds. I'm not going to lie.
I like it. I like it, Trent. I like them both. When it comes to the Suns,
yeah,
I kind of feel the same. It's like land 7.5. I feel like we're asking for it. I think they're the better team. They should win this game. They should win it comfortably. Do I trust them to lay 7.5? Not really. They haven't been a cover team in recent memory. They're usually a little overrated, a little overvalued because they got the stars that they have: Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. I'm gonna lean towards them in this game. Let me see. Did the Paul George news drop yet?
Is he playing?
He's still game time decision.
Yeah, I feel like he's not.
Oh, he's upgraded to probable though.
Oh, he's playing then. Okay, interesting.
Ooh,
my thing is, if I bet the Suns this game, they're going to win by 6. I already know it.
Right. I kind of feel the same, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it because I know how this is going to end.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same exact.
But also, I can't take the Sixers the way they look. So
me either.
Stay away.
Bar for bar.
Yeah.
Last game, Brad. Last one. We made it, sir. We got the Spurs out on the road facing the Clippers. Clippers laying 3.5. I told them this morning. I know we're early in the season. We're 2 weeks in, but after tonight, there might be 5 teams on the do not bet list. If the goddamn Clippers don't win tonight, I don't want to hear shit else about them, bro. They're on the list. Like, this is the team that spent over $1 billion fucking dollars on a new arena. You know how many wins they have in this new arena this far this season? You know how many?
I don't.
0.
I wasn't expecting that, honestly.
Man, that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, y'all be doing all this fucking yapping and don't be doing shit. So y'all better win and cover tonight. That's how I'm feeling. They better win and cover tonight or they're going on the do not bet list. Give me the Clippers. Land at 3.5. How you feel?
Yeah, I was on the Spurs, but the fact that they haven't won a home game yet, they got the Spurs coming in. This actually probably is a good spot. They pick up their first win at home. So I kind of like that narrative there, but I don't know. I'm having trouble trusting the Clippers right now. I'm having trouble trusting.
I get it. Trust me. I get it.
Yeah.
There's also I was just going to say, look, Debbie pulled it up, the Greg Pop angle. Did you hear what happened to Greg Pop today?
No.
Greg Pop had a medical issue, and he's going to be sidelined indefinitely.
Damn.
So, yeah, they have an interim head coach for the foreseeable future until, they didn't really give a timetable. They just said indefinitely. So, no Greg Pop for a minute.
Gotcha. Prayers for Pop, but
prayers for Pop.
Yeah, I mean, I like to buy bad news whenever a coach gets fired or, stuff like this happens. The team typically does come out a little more fired up. And I said at the beginning of the show that the Spurs have impressed me. I thought they were a bit overvalued to start the season. People are high on them. I'm like, no, it's still the Spurs. I'm not there yet, but I've liked what I've seen from them. So 3.5 points. I can see this one being close. I can see this one being an outright win for the Spurs. So I do lean the Spurs plus 3.5. I do like that kind of home court angle. They're going to win a home game at some point. It could be tonight. It possibly is tonight, but they got to cover 3.5.
They do.
That's the thing. That's some points there. So I'll take my chances with the Spurs.
Fair enough. Appreciate you joining me, Brad. Man, this was fun. I miss doing these, man.
Yeah,
we got to do these. Yeah, man, we got to do these a little more with the NBA season being back. You told us a little bit. You had some college basketball on the slate today. I know you got probably some more. What else you got going today over at Pick Dogs Premium and for the week?
Really? Yeah, I got a 5-pack of college basketball. That's it. I sat down this morning. I woke up like 6 a.m. and just went through every game, and that's basically what I focused on. So yeah, I'm all in on college basketball today. That's all I got up on the site. And yeah, I mean, we got a day off of the NBA tomorrow, but with both NBA and college basketball in full swing, expect 5 to 7 plays a day. So go check that out if you're interested. I'm ready to have a huge basketball season, and then football, we've been killing it as well. So go check that out.
Yes, sir, Brad. I appreciate you joining me, my man. As always, that's all I got for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I got a top play for y'all today. It's been rough. I'm 5-8 on my top play this season. I think we've dropped 4 in a row. It's been
we're gonna get back.
No, it's been that type of week. But I love tonight's though. Y'all want to be real? I love tonight's. Personally, I loaded it up, bro. I got to start the week off on the right foot. So if you want to rock with me, man. You can scoop it up, Pig Dogs Premium for $25. I have a 3-pack you can hop on. And I think I have 4 plays total tonight in the NBA. But no NBA tomorrow. So probably no show tomorrow, obviously. And then we'll be back on tomorrow night, though, to cover Wednesday's action. So I'll probably deep dive some college hoops for y'all tonight. Try to have a play or 2 tomorrow. Since there's no NBA. But that's all I got for y'all. Brad, appreciate you, my man.
Yes, sir.
We'll see y'all later. We'll try to do some more of these as the season progresses.
Let's do it.
We out of here. Peace.